Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, before I get into this evening's video, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. So anytime I bring you a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you're at work, you don't feel like being there, as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap, or you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're listening to or viewing this video. Or you're in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life story / life experience. This is the channel for you. If you like your 8 to 12 to 15-minute videos, absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kens TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, with all that being wrapped up into one big old nutshell, if you will, there is a message. I'd like to apologize for my brief hiatus. I'm still getting over the cold or whatever I had, so my voice is not all the way back, but it's definitely on its way back. Two individuals 6-7 years ago, I want to say 2018 this occurred. Got two individuals. You got Kiki and Risha. Kiki, from Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Don't you ever leave, because I want you and I need you. That Kiki. And you got a little cousin Risha. They're about a year apart. Kiki is about, I want to say at the time of the occurrence, to say the least, she's 19, and her little cousin was 18. Now, typically when I tell a story, it's typically involving a male. So what I want you all to do is, for you all that have daughters, and if you don't have a daughter, just pretend like you have a daughter, and we're going to put yourself in this situation as far as these are your daughters, if that makes any sense. Now, before we get into today's video, let me know where you rocking, where you chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. You know what I mean? Jump in the comments and let me know, where you chiming in from, if you will. Hurry up, Kens, and drink your motherfucking water, man. Get to the story. Come here to watch you drink water all the day, motherfucker. Respectfully. Social media is obviously the new wave. Everybody runs to social media for every single thing. It makes absolutely no sense. But yet, it seems to be, if you have an argument with somebody, where do you go to? Social media. Somebody owes you money. Where do you go to? Social media. If your boyfriend, your girlfriend's cheating, where do you go to? Social media. Now, I'm not oblivious to the fact that, obviously, I understand everybody doesn't do this. But a lot of people, especially the younger people, and it's not just younger people, you have adults doing this, these type of things as well. Kiki, Risha, 19, 18. African-American, beautiful, young women. Kids, though. To me, 19, 18, you're still a child to me. One night, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. They're bored. They're trying to get they're trying to get some weed from the weed man. Problem is, they can't find a weed man. You know what I mean? They can't deal with the individual that they've already dealt with. Why? Because they've already burnt this person a couple times. Now, when I say burnt them, meaning counterfeit money. They got their hands on some counterfeit money. No, it wasn't for me. Okay, that was my MO at one time, counterfeit money and checks and things of that nature. I ain't never proclaimed to be some killer and gangster. I done some gangster shit, but guess what? I'll never tell those stories on YouTube. But nevertheless, the counterfeit didn't come from me. They jump on Facebook. And they put gas. They write gas on their status. Gas, question mark. For you all that, may be a sandwich short of a picnic, rather. And I say that jokingly. Gas means who got the smoke. I'm looking for that, I'm looking for that action. I don't want just a regular smoke. I don't want no Reggie. That's what they call it in Kentucky. I don't want no Reggie. I need some of that shit that killed Elvis. You know what I mean? At gas. And so they put gas, question mark, question mark, question mark. Who got gas? Now you put this on Facebook as though Facebook doesn't have police. You have Facebook police. You have social media police. You have people that just watch the internet for things of this nature. Now, gas is not really that big of a deal. You know, although in 2018, marijuana was not legal, but still, it's not really that big of a deal. However, I wouldn't recommend jumping on any platform saying gas unless you're in a place to where it's legal to jump on a platform and say gas, question mark, question mark, question mark. Couple people respond. One particular young man, Queese, he responds. They're going back and forth, you know, they exchange phone numbers. They agreed to meet up. Two young ladies, 2:00 in the morning, meeting a young man that they had no clue who he is. He was 19 years old just as well. Queese was the weed man. Queese was the guy that had regular weed, he had gas, he had whatever you needed. I got that work, I got that action. They end up meeting up. Everything went according to plan. They spent like $80 with Queese. They meet up, gives them, you know, they give him the money, he gives them the gas. They go on about their merry way. Never heard anything, you know, no problem whatsoever. About a week or so later, they hit Queese up again. Yo, what's up, Queese? Man, we need some more of that. But this time, man, we need double what you gave us last time. They bring like $160, $200, somewhere right around in there. Same situation. They meet up, same spot, same occurrence. Now they're starting to get kind of familiar with each other. Not familiar, but more friendly with each other, if that makes any sense. I've already, you know, met you all once, and what's up, man? What y'all into or whatever. Now they kind of, you know, just kept it a business. Again, they were two beautiful young ladies. So I could see at 19 years old how Queese would be interested. You know, what's happening, man? I'm trying to, you know, kick it with y'all all night, man. We got the smoke, man. We got the drink. We, you know, let's go do whatever. But they feel like, shoot, we already got the smoke, and that's all we really interested in. So we good. They go their separate ways. About a week or so later, the same occurrence happens. They hit Queese up. Queese meets him in the spot. This time things went kind of left. They meet up. Queese reaches in the window as he typically does. You know, he sticks his head in the window, whatever. Pause. Double pop. I shouldn't have said that. Let's rewind it. They meet up, roll the window down. Queese is kind of leaning over the window. Yeah, what's going on? And so, Queesha, basically what she's doing is, she's the individual that's handing him the money. She grabs the money. She got like $400 she want to spend this time. She grabs the $400. She's handing it to him. He grabs her like by the arm. Queese grabs her by the arm. What's up, man? Y'all been giving me counterfeit money? What you talking about? Ain't nobody gave you no counterfeit money. You know good and well ain't nobody gave you no counterfeit money. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me. Nah, y'all gonna give me my weed back. All this weed I've been giving y'all, whatever, and y'all been giving me counterfeit the whole time. See, come to find out, when they were paying Reese with this money, it was counterfeit money. So he's getting the money. So when he goes to re-up with his, you know, with his supplier, with his plug, dealer, whatever you want to refer to it as, they ended up getting at him about this counterfeit money. Now, he's like, now, the only individuals that I've really been dealing with on that level, although he does have other people that he's dealt with, but these other people that he's dealt with are regulars. So he's putting two and two together. Nah, it has to be them. You know what I mean? It has to be them because everybody else I've been dealing with, I ain't never had this issue. Now, all of a sudden, these females that I done met on Facebook, they come into the equation, if you will, and now there's a problem with counterfeit money. The plug is not too happy about the situation or whatever. He feels as though, what, you trying to get over on me? What, you trying to do me something? You know what I mean? You trying to run game on me? So that was just a big issue that he was having. So he never mentioned it to him. He knew, okay, they'll call me again. Sure indeed. They call him, as I was, previously mentioned. So he got the girl by the arm or whatever, and he's not very happy. He's talking to her, he's cussing her out. Man, y'all gonna give me my weed, man, or else. Kiki, she's like, look, man, you need to take your hands off. I'm gonna tell you one more time, man, get your hands off my little cousin, man. Ain't nobody gave you no counterfeit money. So dude's grabbing the money or whatever. He's looking, oh, you gonna tell me this ain't counterfeit? So he's arguing, but he hasn't physically assaulted him. Neither one of them, he hasn't physically. Kiki grabs that thing. She pulls that strap out, that chipe. You know what I mean? That pistola. You know what I mean? She pulls her Urban Dictionary. She pulls her weapon. She pulls her weapon out and points at him. I'm going to tell you one more time. I done already told you one more time, but I'm going to tell you one more time. Get your hands off my motherfucking cousin. He's looking at her. He backs up. Ho, I don't want no problems. Bow! Fires on him. First time, hits him in the shoulder. Bow! Fires on him again. Catches him like in the other shoulder. Fires on him 2 more times. Boom! Boom! 9mm. She's on the driver's side. He's on the passenger side window. That's how close she was. So basically, she's shooting across her cousin's face, basically. He falls. He's slumped over or whatever. He's crawling. He's still alive at the time. He's trying to get away. They jump in the car. They got the weed or whatever. They're already in the car, so I don't necessarily want to say, how could they jump in the car when they're already in the car? But you all knew what I was trying to say. They drive off. They drive off as though nothing happened. They go smoke their little weed or whatever. They getting high. Nobody knew of the occurrence at that point. Unfortunately for the young man, Queese, once the ambulance was able to actually get there, because I believe somebody heard the gunshots. We heard gunshots in the area, not sure exactly what's going on. The ambulance, police, fire trucks, everybody comes. Queese is pronounced unalive on the scene. Immediately, the police, they come in, they start the forensics, the detectives, they start to do their investigations. It's really not too hard to investigate. Look at the phone. They look at the phone. They see that the last individuals that Queese had contacted, just like you see on TV, the same investigations. The last individuals that Queese had been in contact with were these two. Well, actually, it wasn't Queese. It was Kiki. It was Kiki's phone. They call Kiki. They get in touch with her or what have you. They get her to the police station. Once they get Kiki to the police station, they got her in the interrogation room. She's the only one in the interrogation room. 19 years old. What do I always tell you all? Not as though I'm trying to lecture anybody, but the number one thing that I stress is, even if you are guilty of something, understand this. The police are not your friends. I'm not condoning her behavior. I'm not condoning their behavior. I'm just simply saying the police are not your friends. You find yourself in that interrogation room, guess what? You're in the interrogation room for a reason. There's a reason that you're there. They always say, well, we know this, we know that. If you know this and you know that, why are you questioning me? Why do you have me in the interrogation room? You go home and be with your family. Enjoy your kids, enjoy your night, enjoy your wife. Why do you have me in the room interrogating me when you already know? You said you know, right? Well, we just want to give you an opportunity to tell your side. We just want to give you an opportunity to tell your story. That way, if you show that you're truthful, and if you show that you're contrite and that you have some sort of remorse, the prosecution will see this. The jury will see it. And they'll say, you know what? You're not an animal. You're not a monster. See, I have a tendency to jump back into my movie scenes. I'm a movie buff. So sometimes when I'm talking and I'm telling a story and I just, when I said, see, you're not an animal. You're not a man. I got to thinking about Rocky. You see, he's not a machine. He's a man. No pain. Y'all remember that part in Rocky when he's fighting the Russian? He's cut. I have a tendency to, and then I snap back in. I'm like, oh, whoa, I'm on YouTube telling a story. This is not Rocky. This is not Hollywood. This is not a movie audition, if you will. And so they have Kiki, interrogation room. We know. We're giving you an opportunity, as I've already mentioned, tell your side of the story. Instead of Kiki saying I'd like an attorney, guess what? Well, what do y'all know? She gets to indulging and engaging in conversation. Understand, detectives are not dumb. They not just, everybody can't just be a detective. You got to go to school. You got to take all type of classes and things of that nature. Like, these people are skilled at what they do. You're 19 years old. Not to say that you're not smart, but you're 19 years old. You don't know half of what, you don't even remotely know a fraction of what they know. She gets to talking. She's telling them, initially she denies it. But as they continue to interrogate her, the interrogation for like 6-7 hours straight. So she tells the people, listen, man, I met the dude. You know, we was on Facebook. We was looking for some weed. We put gas. He responded. Met up with the dude. Everything was cool. We bought the weed from him. And that's it. That's the only times that we've ever contacted him. That's the only time that he's ever had contact with us. We've met up with him several different times. So yeah, you would see my number in his phone, but this is not the first time that my number has been in his phone. She was smart. She thought she was smart, but she's not smarter than the police. That's why you don't talk to the police. One simple word, attorney. That's all that kills it. Attorney. Attorney. I plead the fifth. It's your constitutional right in your amendment. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. What Dave Chappelle say? Fifth. I plead the fifth. That's all you got to say. Once you say I plead the fifth, they could not question you anymore unless you voluntarily start talking more about the situation. Fifth. You're not talking your way out of an interrogation room. Fifth. Don't even say I don't know what you're talking about. Don't even say I wasn't there. I was there. Fifth is the only thing that you need to say in the interrogation room. Respectfully, though. It's all respectfully. She's already indulging in the conversation. And, yeah, well, we met up a couple times or whatever. But that's it, man. We got the weed from him. We drove up. So guess what? Guess what you've just done, young lady? You've placed yourself at the scene of the crime. It was your vehicle. You placed yourself at the scene. And you placed your vehicle at the scene. They let her talk. Story's not really adding up. She sounds fairly good at what she's trying to convey, if you will, to the police. But everything they already know. Remember, they said we already know, but they're just allowing her to talk herself in a hole that's deeper and deeper and deeper. Once they confront her with the evidence that they have, as far as, this person has already told us, because before they even got her at the police station, now mind you this, before they got Kiki at the police station, they've already done their investigation. When Kiki went home, she ended up telling her little brother. When she tells her little brother, he tells somebody. You see what I'm saying? He ends up getting caught up. Once he gets caught up, he tells the police, hey, I know something about a murder. If it's to help me out, I know something about a murder. That's how I got back to the police. And all of this stuff happened like quickly. It's not like it took months or anything of that. It happened fast. So the mother had already told Kiki, hey, when you go to this police station, by chance, if you go to the police station, do not say anything but ask for an attorney. Her mother already told her that. But being that the detectives confronted her in the way that they made her feel comfortable and the way that they made her feel as though, hey, you better start talking now, because if you don't, we're the only thing that's stopping you from never getting out again in life. Us. Because we're going to show this tape to the DA and they're going to see that you're cooperative, and they cap, BS, foolery. They're trying to talk you into a life sentence. Although you may be guilty, but things may not have happened the way that they're trying to say that the things happen. So after going back and forth with the detectives for a few hours, she says, listen, man, I know that I'm done. Can I call my mother? If you allow me to call my mother, I'll tell you everything that you want to know. Well, I tell you what, you tell us what we want to know first, and then you can call your mother. No. Let me call my mother right now because I'll probably never see my mother again. Probably ever in life. And if I do, it'll be from a prison cell in a visitation room. Police, the detectives, they agreed to allow Kiki to call her mother. She calls her mother, hey, mama. Hey, baby, how you doing? I'm at the police station. What? I'm at the police station. What are you doing at the police station? They got me down here and they're saying that, I did a murder. Well, just don't talk to them. Get you an attorney. Have you said anything? Yeah, Mom, I told him I was there and I told you, do not talk to the police unless you have an attorney. Mama, they already know. They already knew. My car was there. My little brother, she said his name, I don't remember his. He already told somebody, which I'm not mad at him, and they told the police they knew that it was me. No, they don't, baby. No, they don't. You did not have to talk to the police. Why did you do this? See, the mother, she already knows. You done told the police. Now you're a lawyer. Nobody has a leg to stand on. Because even though you may be guilty of doing something, it could have been self-defense. It may not have necessarily been heinous. It may not have necessarily been it could have been self-defense or anything to where you were protecting yourself. You don't talk to the police. Oh, Mama, I'm just so sorry. So she talks to the police. Well, she talks to her mother, rather, for about 10 minutes. She ends up getting off the phone. They get off the phone. Before she tells the detective her story, the full story, just let me ask you this, detective. Once I tell you this story, can I call my mother back one more time? Yes, you can. She tells the police pretty much, what she did. Everything that we've already previously spoken of. We was looking for some weed, met the dude a couple times, everything went smoothly or whatever. The third time, though, that we met up with him, now, check this out, you all. The third time that we met up with him, should have brought me some lemon juice, man, my voice. But we're going to keep on pushing for the people, man. Shout out to the truck drivers. Shout out to the Amazon delivery people. Shout out to the healthcare workers. Shout out to the Uber drivers, the DoorDashers, the people working them 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. Shout out to everybody, postal workers, everybody that's doing what they got to do. Amazon, everybody that's doing what they got to do to live, to make ends meet. Much love, much respect. All the people in them factories, all the people that's, got 3-4 hours left. And it's like, man, how am I going to get through this? But then Kens, man, I put a couple of your videos on, 3 or 4 of your videos, then boom, my last 4 hours went just like that. I appreciate you, real Kens, but guess what? I appreciate you all for rocking with the channel, man. And I'ma always show love, man. What up, Steve? I know you on that road somewhere. Ain't no telling where yet. Shout out to Steve, man. My dog, Steve. She's telling the detectives that the third time that they had their meeting, interaction, if you will, that the young man, Queese, was trying to rob him. He was trying to rob my cousin. He grabbed the money and he was choking my cousin and grabbing it. And I told him, I said, man, get your hands off my cousin. He wouldn't. He wouldn't get his hands off my cousin for anything. I pulled the gun out and I told him, hey, leave her alone. Get off of her. Well, as I did so, it looked like he went to reach, in which I feel like he had a gun. He went to reach, and when he went to reach, I shot him. I hit him. Well, where did you hit him at? The detectives, where did you hit him at? I hit him in the shoulder the first time. He was still coming. He still hadn't taken his hand off my cousin. He had her by her hair, so I shot him again. Boom, I hit him in the other shoulder. So at that point, he still hadn't taken his hands off your cousin. You done hit him in both shoulders. He still was coming towards us. So I ended up shooting him 2 more times. Boom, boom, just for protection. So you mean to tell me that you reached across your cousin and shot him? And yeah, that's what happened. It was only out of fear, because I thought that he was going to try to harm us. We 2 young ladies, it's late at night. We didn't know if he was going to try to grape us. We didn't know if he was going to try to unalive us. We didn't know anything. So I just did that just for protection. That's it. I didn't want anybody to get hurt. I didn't want to take anybody from this world. I didn't know. We just wanted to get high. This is what she's kicking to the detectives. Detectives, they sitting there, they listening. So now, not only have you placed yourself there, not only have you placed your car at the scene, you just admitted to unaliving a young man. The detectives is not truly buying the story. They're buying some of the story, but they're not truly buying the story. Why did you have to shoot him 4 times? I just told you the first time it was in the shoulder, and the second time was in the shoulder, and the other 2 times he was still coming. So he just, I don't know. I just did it to protect us. So you didn't call the police? If it was truly, these are the type of games that the detectives play. Self-defense, you would have had no trouble calling the police. I was scared. I ain't never been in trouble. I don't have a criminal record. I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. Well, if you had to call the ambulance 911, this young man could possibly still be here. I didn't know. I was afraid. So, Kiki, she gets to crying or what have you. My life is over with. I'm never going to get out of prison. The harsh reality of her actions, the things that she's done, it's becoming more and more clear to her. You're not walking out of this police station tonight. I just want to go home. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not walking out of this police station tonight. You could have handled this in a totally different manner. We're the police. That's what we're there for. But no, you took the law into your own hands. How did I take the law into my own hands when we felt afraid that this individual was going to do something to us? They talk a little bit longer. After they got all the information out of her that, they needed to get out of her, she calls her mother back. She's speaking with her mother. Such a sad situation. The mother's broke down crying. The reality, she knows that her daughter is probably gone for a long, long time. Oh, nobody got no money for no lawyer, man. You know how much a lawyer charge you for a murder case, man? Man, lawyers gonna want $50,000 at least. This is 2018, man. A lawyer's gonna want 50 bands. If there's a lawyer on here that watches my channel, or if y'all know, man, if you have a lawyer as a friend, ask them what they want for a murder case. They don't want 50, 60,000. That's just if you a regular individual. Who has 50 or 60,000, man? In liquid cash or money that they can go get or whatever. Your average individual don't got 5,000, let alone 50 or 60,000. Bond is $100,000. You're not getting out on bond. So you're going to sit in that county jail going through this whole situation with a court-appointed attorney. You're trying to explain to this attorney that I did this. I confessed that already. But at the same time, I did it because he was trying to rob us. See, they found the counterfeit money on the scene, and that was kind of dicey. It was a dicey situation because some of the money that they found, but they couldn't necessarily prove that they were the ones giving him the counterfeit money. You see what I'm saying? So it was kind of, they knew, but it was going to be rather difficult to prove. That was their narrative. That was their story. They were sticking with it. He was trying to rob us. Did what we had to do. They take it to the box. They take it to the jury. They didn't take a plea deal. They go to trial with it. See, after Kiki gets off the phone with her mother tells her, I told you, baby girl. She had already told her, I told you, you never talk to the police. So when Kiki gets off the phone, she tells the people, hey, once they want her to sign the statement saying that, do you attest that, everything that you told us is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and you gave all accounts to the best of your knowledge? No, I didn't. What do you mean you didn't? Now, this is the bad detective. See, they was going good cop, bad cop. See, I ain't tell all that. You got a good cop that was in there, and then you had the bad cop that was in there. The bad cop that was in there, he was the tough guy. He couldn't get anything out of Kiki. The other cop comes in there. He's just, smooth, laid back. She was the one, I guess, that she felt most comfortable with. I don't know if she felt comfortable, but she confessed to him. So now the bad cop comes in there. What do you mean? What do you mean that you didn't tell us that you made that story up? I made the story up, man. I'm a young black girl in a police station. I ain't never been in trouble before. So after she gets off the phone with her mother, I was scared. I feel pressure. Ain't nobody pressure your ass. That's how the cops talking to her. The cops seem like he need anger management. Ain't nobody pressure your ass. Man, I feel pressure, man. I just said that because I thought that I had a chance of going home and walking out of here. And I was, in my mind, you all led me to believe that if I told you all the truth of what really happened, I'd walk out of here and be able to go home, to my family. Oh, this is bullshit. He's mad. He's throwing his clipboard and, he's pissed. He walks out of the room or whatever. They end up taking Kiki to jail. They go back. They get her cousin. So now the both of them's in the county jail, charged with murder. They sit in jail for about a year, which is quick for a murder case because I've seen people sit in the county jail for 3 years, 3.5 years fighting a murder case before they even go to trial. They go to trial about a year later. It's 2019 at this point when they go to trial. Jury comes back guilty. The cousin, Risha, they give her 4 years. They give her 4 years because she wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. They give her 4 years. Kiki, being that she was the one that, she was on that gangster shit, they gave her 15 years. Now, they in Florida. So in the state of Florida, I believe there's no parole. I don't think they have parole. If I'm wrong, you all correct me. But in Florida, I don't believe that they have parole. 15 years. She already had a year in. So it was in 2018. It's 2000. So it's 6 years later at this point. So she'll have an opportunity at life again. She's 26 years old at this point. And actually, she's 25. So she'll get out in what? If she has to do the whole 15 years, she'll get out at about 34, 33, 34 years old. She has another opportunity at life. In the meanwhile, Risha's already out. They stuck together. Their stories never changed. They never turned on each other. But you still have an individual that's no longer with us, a young man, a 19-year-old. I don't want to disrespect him. I don't want to disrespect his family. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I have an opinion. I feel as though they both got off very, very sort of a slap on the wrist. What I personally think happened. This is just my personal assessment. We all think, y'all remember that part in the Django? The mask was a very good idea. Not to point the finger, could have been done better. So, this time, we go without the mask. But next time, we do them right. At any rate, I feel as though they got a slap on the wrist. I think that they went to not necessarily harm the young man. It was giving him that counterfeit money. The same way that I pretty much said in the very beginning. That's what I really, really think what happened. It was giving him the counterfeit money. He caught on to it. Once he caught on to it, nah, man, hold on, man. I don't think he was really trying to physically harm them in any way. And Kiki shot him. That's just my honest opinion on what happened. Again, I was not there. It just goes to show, when you meeting people online, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snap, whatever it may be, you don't even know who you really speaking with. You meeting up with people at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to do illegal activity. I don't care if it is just weed. Look what this actually led to. You got one unalived, another one that got 4 years that had to spend 4 years in prison, will forever be a convicted felon. And you have an individual that's currently doing time and has to serve 15 years of her life. That's if Florida doesn't have parole. 15 years of her life in a penitentiary, and she'll forever be a convicted felon. All over what? Over some gas, over some weed, man. We got to start making better decisions. We got to start making more intelligent and being more intelligent, rather, and think about, okay, the consequences. Y'all know that I might not get caught, but what if I do? What's going to happen if I do get caught? Is this worth it? Risk versus reward. Is this worth me doing 15 years in the penitentiary? Is this worth taking a young man's life? I know the young man was out selling weed. I'm not saying that, but he didn't deserve to be unalive for some weed. He didn't deserve that. We got to start being more mindful. Everything that glitters is not gold. Everybody's heard that before. It's not like I invented that. Things that seem what the, it seems okay, man. It's going to be this easy. We're going to go hit this lick. And things really rarely go as planned, man. It's not just directed at the young people. It's just people in general. We got to start making better decisions, man. See, the penitentiary is the doors never close. 24/7, 7 days a week. Revolving doors. They love sending people to prison, man. It's a business. You got to keep in prison beds filled. So much to where in the state of Kentucky, the prison beds stayed so full, so filled, that they start housing people in county jails. So now you have all these county jails around the state, over 100 and something county jails that are holding state inmates that are really supposed to be in prison, but there's no room to send them to prison. So we're going to send them to the county jails, and we call them Class D facilities or regional jails. Now we can house you here. Now, we don't have any classes for you. We have some classes like if you addicted to drugs and alcohol, NA, things of that nature, but we don't have any classes to where you can get trained, certifications, barber school, masonry, horticulture, carpentry, welding. Don't have any of those type classes. Oh, yeah, they'll let you go out and weed eat and mow grass and, work at a dog pound and pay you $12, $13 a month. The same jobs that they have to bring in and pay somebody $30 an hour, $27, $28 an hour. You do it for $1 a day, 50, 60 cents a day. It's all about a business. Yeah, you have some people that need to be locked up. Don't get it, not oblivious to the fact. You have some people that need to be locked up. But it's a business. And they're going to send you to the penitentiary any opportunity that they have. And it's just one thing that I want everybody to keep in mind. Any opportunity that they have, whether you white, whether you black, they're going to send you to that joint. Mexican, especially if you ain't got no money, man. If you ain't got no money, it just got 10 times harder, man. Real, pause, double pause, triple pause, infinite pause on that one, matter of fact. Hopefully y'all like the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and be sure to hit that post notification. Anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Man, I like to say shout out to Queese, man. Praying for you and your family. Sorry for your loss, and it's just an unfortunate event. So anytime you all are thinking about going to do something, you're thinking about putting that ski mask on or pulling that chipe out, think about stories like this. Man. She got off with only getting 15 years. Is it worth your life to go get this little bit of money, this little bit of weed that you're trying to go get? Think about it.